My story starts with an intersection of smart home and heating systems. It's cold in Ireland, I needed heating, but at the same time, especially with work from home, it's important to not heat all the house all the time, every day, and use up a lot of money, or keep the whole home cold to save money, but then be really, really freezing. So here's where I used IoT, or which is smart home, using Home Assistant, and was able to reduce heating usage by 52%. And I wrote about a lot of things that I did for it back then. But many months later, I had all these flows to check for when there are people in a room, not there in a room, and then turn off heating, turn on heating, so that it's a mix of convenient but also trying to save energy. The problem I ran into is after many months, Tado changed its heating system's API rate limits, and then I started getting rate limited. So for some hours every day, none of my heating controls would work. So some rooms will get really cold, some rooms would become hot for no reason. So I came at a point where I need to figure out flows like the one you see here, but like this across a lot of different rooms and a lot of different tabs and purposes, and figure out which one is not working and why, or which one is it that is consuming a lot of API requests and maybe it doesn't need it. So that took me to understanding that, okay, I was really maxing out 20k API calls every day. Unless I turn off a lot of automations, then it was, let's say, 10k or 17k. This was when I turned off some, but not all automations. And that's when I realized that I need to figure out which automations, when I disable it, I'm able to stay within the API rate limits. And I found some automations related to hot water and attic heating in my house. So based on that, I did some brainstorming, exported the automations from Node-RED and Home Assistant to Cursor, and used Cursor and AMP and Codex to all together brainstorm on what could be the issues here, how could we streamline things, and eventually landed at this huge flowchart, which then I reviewed, I iterated over it, and finally got to a stage where I was comfortable. This is the automation we want to implement. Then Cursor implemented this for me, and I could add it to Home Assistant. But still, I needed a way to check, for example, these API calls. How do I check if I'm going in the right direction? And to check this, and to find out which are the automations which I should probably optimize, I built a n8n automation, which top is one time, but the bottom was first I used to do it every 10 minutes. Then so every 10 minutes it would check how many API requests are still left. This checking itself would consume one out of those 20,000 each day, but this was the best way for me to figure out what's happening at different times of the day. And it also helped me figure out why all the times the heating system was getting turned off at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. It's because at 12 noon was when the counter used to get reset. So with this and saving the information in an n8n data table, I could see it over time, be able to make sense of it. But I wanted to figure out what's a better way to see it than looking at it in a table. So I created another n8n workflow, which every one day would look at the entire data table, save it also in Google Sheets just in case I want to do more charts, but use Quick Chart tab to quickly make a visual of this and send a photo message to me on Telegram. Here's an example where every few hours it would send me what percentage requests are remaining, so I could get a anecdotal sense of where we might be using up a lot of API calls. But also once a day it would send me a chart for how the requests are dropping over time. I realized that because I wanted to be able to track this over time. For example, how much did I use in a day? I wanted to be able to track this, which is why then I created a dashboard, and I created this where using a webhook, we can get the maximum usage within each day and send it back to that webhook, which then powered this API dashboard that I built using Lovable, which helps me see my API usage across a bunch of products that I have integrated in side projects. And by being able to see this, the last part was, even though I could see all of this, my checking of rate limits every 10 minutes exhausted my n8n rate limits. So then I had to build in further logic, or firstly, I had to just reduce the number of times I'm checking this. And second, I changed a few parts here and there in the workflows to just trigger less often. And that's because I was able to see with another Lovable dashboard across the month of February what all was taking up my executions. I had an execution limit of 2500, out of which 1200 were just with this one automation. And so once I realized that, I changed the configuration and was able to bring it to a much lower count each day to keep rate limits available for all the other automations I wanted to run. So in this way, I was able to use a few different tools and use AI as assistants to be able to debug a problem and make sure that we are able to use a smart heating system, reduce heating usage, at the same time stay within all the constraints of rate limits for the heating system, rate limits for n8n, and everything else.